good, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much again for tuning in. Today's video is going to be about my nightly skincare routine. But before I get into that, our friends at Black Wolf Nation were nice enough to send over some of their products to me. Basically, what I'm going to do is incorporate them into my skincare routine and then give my honest opinions about them throughout the video. So without further ado, let's get straight into it, y'all. Cool. So step one is to saturate your face in lukewarm water. Make sure that your whole face is wet before you apply any products to it, and make sure that your water is not too hot or else it could be drying to the skin. This is the Black Wolf face wash, and basically this is the oily skin version. They have a dry skin version and an oily skin version. However, my skin is combination, so they sent me this one. They have detailed instructions on the back as well about how to use this moisturizer, even though if you've ever used a moisturizer, I'm sure you're not unclear about how to use it. A little bit of background about this. This does have activated charcoal in it, and as you can see, it is going to be black when I pour it into it. Activated charcoal basically pulls any impurities out of the skin. You know, as you apply it, it pulls everything out of your pores and leaves you with a very clean finish. So what I did was to rub it into my hands first and then apply it for this first wash to my skin. I didn't take too much of the product, but I am distributing it all over my face and trying to get it deep into, you know, my skin as well and cover as much ground as possible what I did take out. So I did add a bit more water to this before I decided to wash it off, just so that it would lather properly. Next, I'm going into the second wash. So I am going to be adding a bit more of this moisturizer to my hand and repeating that first step. My second wash, I do admit that I did use a bit more of the product, and I actually distributed this more into my face as well as throughout my beard. Right here, you see me scratching my beard to get the skin underneath. Basically, things like this allow for beard stimulation and also cleaning of the skin below the surface of the beard. I feel like a lot of times people leave that out. In my second wash, I also use a brush. This is the Olay Regenerous brush. It has two settings, low and high. I usually use it on the low setting because the high setting for me can be a little bit irritating. But I use this to get a deeper clean with any product that I use on my face, to really get deep into the pores and pull out all of the oil and dirt that's in it from throughout the day. So I usually kind of slowly go over each part. As you can see, some of the soap got into my eye, but I go over each part of my skin evenly so that it can get, you know, as evenly cleaned as possible. Brushes like this are fairly cheap. I did get this one off of Amazon by recommendation of one of my friends, Leilani Iman. I will link her YouTube channel in the below, as well as the link for this particular face brush in the description box below as well. So once you're done washing that off, make sure that you use a clean towel, and I repeat, a clean towel, to dry your face off. And also make sure that when you are drying your face that you are not pulling your skin downwards. Black is said not to crack, but it can droop, and we're not trying to work with gravity to pull your skin down before necessary. So just pat your skin dry. It takes a little longer, but it works. The next thing I use is the Heritage Store Rose Water Facial Toner as a recommendation from my esthetician Dominique. She recommended this as a deeper clean after washing, and rose water also stops with inflammation of the skin as well as redness. I'm dark skinned, so I don't deal with redness, but I do have eczema on my face, so the rose water helps with that inflammation if that ever flares up. What I do is take a cotton swab and saturate that with the toner. I usually have the flat pads, but I didn't have them this time. And all you do is go over your skin, you know, thoroughly, slowly. Make sure you touch each part of your skin so that you can get a deep clean and get any last remnants of the dirt from the day or whatever out of your skin before you head to bed. I usually repeat this step 2 times. I'll do an initial one and then go back over it again a second time until that cotton swab comes back white. But you know, this is particularly by choice. It's not 100% necessary. I know some people who don't do this and their skin is completely fine, but this is something that I've chosen to do myself. The next thing is this vitamin C serum that I found from Hims. I actually found this in Target while I was looking for a vitamin C serum. Hereditarily, my family does have a bit of a dark circle issue around the eyes, so I'm trying to combat that with this vitamin C serum that I found. Basically, I apply it under the eye and then also on the dark spots that are right above my beard line due to shaving. So I take a small amount, as you saw, a very small amount, and apply it to the face and then just rub it in. This vitamin C serum is said to even skin tone, brighten complexion, also reduce hyperpigmentation, and protect against sun damage. So those are all things that we need. I feel like a lot of times black people, we don't think that we need protection against the sun because of melanin, but that is very untrue. Make sure to protect your skin. The next thing is the moisturizer from Black Wolf. This comes in the same kind of packaging, except because it's the dry skin version, it is in white packaging. This was super moisturizing, I'm assuming because it was meant for dry skin. They also have the thorough instructions on the back as well as warnings and ingredients. But again, if you've ever used a moisturizer, I'm sure you're not unclear on how to use this. This one was actually blue and it was unscented. So it didn't have like a crazy like flowery smell or anything too harsh. I don't like to use things like that on my face just because I feel like they irritate the skin. I do distribute moisturizer this way each time, put different amounts. You see me smelling it, but I put different amounts on my face and then just rub it in with my hands, again in like circular motions and upward motions, just because you don't want your face to droop. Like, nobody wants to look old before they're actually old, you know what I'm saying? So you know, just really get this in. This was very moisturizing, I will say. Very hydrating. It's very similar to a vitamin E product that I use and I found off of Amazon as well, but this one actually worked very well. The next product is the Los Organics Beard Growth Serum. This is actually created by someone that I know. It's a black owned business. I'll link it below as well. Basically it's Jamaican black castor oil, jojoba oil, and a tea tree oil, a bunch of other oils that promote beard growth and also hydration. You put about 8 drops in your hands, rub it together, and then all I do is really distribute it through my beard, in spots where hair already grows, and then also places where I want the hair to, you know, fill in a bit. As you can see, I'm trying to connect my mustache into the rest of my beard, so I actually apply it there pretty often as well, twice a day. But you know, you see me just massaging it into my beard, and making sure that I get every strand, you know, while I'm distributing this with my hands. Then I go in with a comb to just, again, make sure it's evenly distributed throughout my beard. Some people I know use a pick. I also make sure not to use a very fine tooth comb as to not rip any beard hairs out. Next thing, Old Faithful Vaseline. I use the cocoa butter joint just because I feel like it works better. You know, put a little bit on the lips, make sure they're not too dry before you head to bed. It is winter, so you know, people's lips start cracking and that's not a good look at all. After that, I go in and I brush my hair. I make sure, you know, I have waves. I know you can't really tell because I'm in between haircuts, but when I put my head down, you'll be able to see. Basically, just make sure you brush your hair in the proper directions before you add anything to your hair to get the waves laying flat. I add coconut oil into my hair for moisture. Basically a pretty small amount, and it's solid because it is winter time, so you have to warm it up in your hands before you apply it to your hair. All I do here is take it from my hands and I apply in the same direction on my hair that I brushed. So in the front, you apply forward, in the back, backwards, you know, things like that. I also have a fade, so the hair on the back and the sides of my hair is clearly much shorter than that on the top. I see a lot of people talking crap about this product, this Cantu products in general, but this coconut curling cream works very well for me. Basically, other products similar to like the Shea Moisture products or whatever are too thick for my hair texture and they weigh my hair down and make it very flat. This product is a lot more lightweight and it doesn't really flatten out the curls that my hair already has. It kind of accentuates them and allows for the do-rag and the brushing to kind of do what they do without flattening my hair out, basically. Lastly, get the silk. Make sure you have a silky. Do not wear any polyester do-rags. They are trash. Get a proper silk. This one has really long ties, which works really well for me. I really appreciate this. I hate when a do-rag has, you know, the ties that are real short and then you trying to like stretch it, you're squeezing your head. Tie this tight enough that it won't fall off your head while you're sleeping, but also not too tight so that you have a migraine by the time you wake up. All you gotta do is straighten it out and then that's it. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. See y'all in the next vid.
Yeah, crown me king. I've been going through a lot lately. All the stress got me going crazy. All these haters